Hello, Internet. It's the Futurist Tom here. Today, I'll be talking about space crime. More specifically, I'll be talking about the likely period in which space colonies are not yet terraformed, but are made of habitats, ranging from domes to underground settlements. The first thing to note is that these habitats will be very fragile. Even the slightest crack in a Mars colony's dome will let in Mars's toxic atmosphere. A leakage caused by a poorly planned escape tunnel in an underground habitat can create a similar effect. Both the criminals and the law enforcement of the colonies will know this too. Thus, the dynamics of space crime will be very different from Earth crime. First, let's look at the criminals. Perhaps they may be on an espionage mission for their Earth nation, or they may want to secure a shipment of illegal goods before the colonial authorities find out. Either way, what they are not trying to do is become mass murderers by destroying vital infrastructure. Thus, they will rely on softer methods of combat that cannot cause collateral damage, such as martial arts in space. Such is because firearms or projectiles can risk damaging life-sustaining infrastructure as collateral damage. Since infrastructure is highly important in these colonies, criminal groups will recruit those with hacking, engineering, or colony planning knowledge to ensure that all infrastructure remains intact during their crime spree. On the law enforcement side, they'll also want to be as gentle as possible. They too will not go in guns blazing. Instead, they will deploy preventative measures such as reducing communal access to tools like drills to a by-need basis, psychological screening prior to colonists arriving, and planting informants within suspected criminal groups. In terms of defensive infrastructure, they will not bother with walls or fences because Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity, allowing criminals to jump incredibly high. Instead, security cameras and complex digital and physical locks will be used. There will likely be a separate space police unit, but they will only use melee weapons such as stun batons that are typically reserved for a by-need basis. Strategic deployment around spaceports, critical command centers, and warehouses will help reduce the need for mass deployment. Yet, it is likely that there will be a need for a higher number of police per capita than on Earth due to the issue of infrastructure. Space punishment will inevitably be harsher than Earth punishments for equivalent crimes, as there will be fewer resources to ensure adequate but secure prisons. For serious or repeat offenders, colonial authorities would likely ship them back to Earth as soon as possible. For other offenders, they will likely be kept in maximum security prisons with very high guard-to-prisoner ratios to ensure that they are not a threat. Later on, space crime will lose its individualistic and political undertones as colonists lose attachment to their earthly countries and become based on local space gangs instead. Similarly, law enforcement may decide to turn their police forces robotic. Of course, that will bring the complex debate of malfunctions, hacking, robotic brutality, and lack of accountability. And these issues will likely continue even after terraforming. Anyway, that's all for today, folks. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.